22 West Radio, KKJZ HD3, and on the internet at 22westradio.com.
We are 22 West Radio, the next wave of K-Beach. 22 West Radio is 22westmedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD, 3 Long Beach, Los Angeles.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Ropes.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Rob.
And this is episode 51.
Wow.
We've officially passed the 50 mark. And this is also our last episode of the semester,
Oh,
the season.
yeah.
So this is a big one. We got to end it strong.
Oh, yeah.
This is our first semester here at 22 West Radio, so very exciting. But let's talk about Backlash this past weekend. You saw the results, of course.
That was really something.
Yeah. Let's talk about a little bit of a controversy with the final match, kind of with Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. There was a lot of people complaining that the WWE Championship match should have closed the show. So, I mean, what do you think?
I think if it was the idea that Vince didn't want anybody pissed off with, like...
The double finish,
Yeah.
or probably. Yeah, because I saw a lot of social media. I wasn't watching live, but I did see a lot of reaction to it on
Yeah.
social media.
You never want the fans upset for the close of the show after they paid, to be there. They expected.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. So the opening contest was... What was the opening contest? I don't remember now. I'm trying to figure that out, but let me look it up.
Was it Riot?
Well, the kickoff show was Ruby Riott versus Bailey. I have no idea who won that match. I did not
Riott.
see the Riott won.
Yeah.
That makes sense, especially with the numbers game on Riott and on Bailey and Sasha. Excuse me. As we continue to see on Monday Night Raw. But that was the kickoff show. We both predicted Riott would actually win, so we got that one right. And then let's just move on to Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan. You said Big Cass. I took on Bryan. Surprisingly, well, not surprisingly to me, Bryan won with the yes lock. So he made Big Cass tap out. So.
Man, I feel like it's too soon for Big Cass to have gotten a loss.
I agree, but it's also Daniel Bryan, so everybody loves Daniel Bryan. You can't really have him lose, especially to someone like Big Cass. But maybe we'll see a little bit more, of this rivalry continue and unfold. We did see on SmackDown Live the Money in the Bank qualifying match between Daniel Bryan and Rusev, and Daniel Bryan came up on the losing side, and it ended with him kind of fading out and wondering what is next for him. So it's interesting to see what story develops from his loss this past Tuesday. The SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella versus Charlotte Flair. This match was pretty good. Carmella showed a little bit more offense than, I expected, and she showed a little bit of a better wrestling ability as well. She ended up retaining the title as we both predicted. It's too soon for her to lose.
Yeah.
But with Money in the Bank coming up, we could have someone from the SmackDown side, kind of get a little bit of payback on her for cashing in to win that championship of her own. So we'll have to wait and see. Money in the Bank is 6 weeks away. Unfortunately, we're not on the air 6 weeks from now.
Yeah, but I find it interesting, the whole, obviously once you see a poster come out for a promotional event, there's a lot of talk.
Right, so are you talking about just the briefcase one? Yeah,
Mhm.
right, the 3 briefcases, right? So there's 3 briefcases, and only 2 matches have been announced, the men and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's a 3rd one that's likely looming in the
But the
next
thing
few
is, they
weeks.
kind of ruin it because when you see the poster, it's a red and blue one. You
Mhm.
automatically assume that it's still just the Raw heavyweight cash-in versus the SmackDown heavyweight cash-in.
Well, I mean, the poster sometimes doesn't always indicate everything correctly. I mean, I think it has more to do with the fact that it's both brands. So maybe that's why they're colored the way they are. Because the middle one is white, correct?
Yeah, but that's...
The women's?
Yeah, the women's one.
Well, they changed the color of the briefcases. Um, the men's is a green one.
Oh, well, that's different. I mean,
Yeah,
because
no.
the poster
The
is
poster
red,
the
white,
poster
and
shows red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
You know, for both brands, and then the front is white.
That's what confuses everything.
Yeah, no. They changed the briefcase. They had it as green, and like yellow font, kind of ugly, but it's different. And then the women's, I believe, also has some green in it, and it's maybe just white, like the poster one. So
I mean, I know there's this meme circulating with Jason Jordan wearing green, matching the briefcase.
oh, that'd be horrible. He was rumored to be back this week, I believe. He's
He's
expected.
medically cleared and he's just kicking it backstage.
Yeah, so we'll see. He could come up.
Oh man,
That would be horrible. I would no. Don't
got an idea.
put that in my head. But don't say that because it might happen. So, moving on to the Raw Women's Championship match. It's there's a break there. Are we setting up? Oh, we forgot to mention. Of course, we are on Periscope, correct?
Yes.
And where can they find us on Periscope?
The live map is available. Still not tall enough, really.
We of course are also on YouNow, and where can they find us there?
It's the Ask Questions hashtag.
So hashtag ask questions if you want to see us on YouNow. Of course, we post all our videos on YouTube. Just search up Beyond the Ropes and Facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes to give us a like. Are they getting you or me?
They're getting you. It's just
Okay, so I just need to make sure.
if only you could. You had a lever on the chair that could make it go
Do I?
lower or something.
I don't.
Well, yeah, I can see you now. You went
Okay,
a little
I
bit
moved
back.
back, yeah.
All right.
All right. So getting back to Backlash, the women's championship match between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. Nia Jax just dominated.
Oh man. Well, yeah, that was kind of obvious that Nia would obviously dominate people. I don't know how if she'll ever
I know,
lose.
but this is probably her most dominant showing as far as
yeah,
in
it's
a single
about
match.
time.
Yeah. And a little bit of a scare. Alexa did hurt her shoulder. It was reported by WWE. However,
she's superhuman. That time that she had that rubbery arm.
she has she's double jointed. So, I mean, she can do things not a lot of people can do. But it looked like she was fine. She posted on social media, so hopefully it's not a serious injury that'll take her out. And hopefully we'll see her in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women's side in 6 weeks. Oh, now this was the match that opened up the show, and it was probably the best match of the show. The Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz and Seth Rollins. We both predicted Miz. We were both wrong on that. I liked your scenario, which is the reason why I chose Miz. But it didn't happen.
They just wanted to do the whole, Grand Slam champion.
Right. I mean, Rollins is becoming really that workhorse. He's been the workhorse of the WWE for a while, but he's really having those great matches that, we know he can have. And with The Miz, it was a really good showing. One of the Miz's best matches in a long time, maybe. And he generally will have decent matches, but
Every time that we think the Shield's gonna get together, unfortunately prone to injuries or something's happening. You gotta know when we'll ever see all three at once.
well, they're doing their own thing right now. I mean, Roman's still trying to go after that Universal title. That's not around, so Seth is kind of running the upper mid-card division with that IC title, and then Dean's still recovering from injury. We probably won't see him till after SummerSlam, so we'll have to see about that. But I'm liking Seth as a face and as a singles competitor right now, so hopefully we'll see more. He did defend the Intercontinental Championship against Mojo Rawley on Monday because he threw out an open challenge, and he retained. So, that stomp is a dangerous maneuver.
Did you see on social media Cena's post that's gotten people talking?
What was the post?
It's just like a stop sign looking thing, but it's a person with the chair and it says heel turn.
I don't know. I mean, I think at this point it's kind of late. He's not even full time anymore.
I mean, it's one way to kind of like the whole idea that WCW totally cashed in on Hogan turning as a bad guy before his career ended. I mean,
Right.
Cena, they've seen Cena before in his earlier years, and I mean, I think that's when he was more popular just because of the whole, roasting people and rap version.
Right. Of course, that's always going to get,
Mm.
whenever you roast someone, that's always going to get a great crowd reaction.
Plus, I mean,
But,
WWE can sell peanuts again. They can make sales. I mean,
That's funny.
if they're making sales off of cereal, hey, peanuts.
Still need to try that cereal. Still need to try some Bootios. Don't want to be booty. The United States Championship match: Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton.
Oh man.
Pretty good match. You predicted Orton would win the title back. I said Hardy, and Hardy ended up retaining. And it looks like we're kind of moving on from that storyline. At least it looked like this past Tuesday, because there was no Randy Orton, and Jeff was in the Money in the Bank qualifying match. So, and we'll talk about the Money in the Bank qualifying matches right after this Backlash recap. But next up, I guess we talk about the WWE Championship no disqualification match between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. Probably the best match out of their three that they've had in WWE. And it ended. Did you see how it ended?
I heard about a double no shot.
It was a double. They hit each other. Well, first it was Shinsuke low blowing AJ, and as AJ was kind of down, he then hit a low blow on Shinsuke, and they were being counted. They both got up on time, and then as they were getting up, they both kicked each other at the same time, low blow, and they were counted to the 10 count. So it ended up being a no contest, and they were unable to continue. And they played into storyline this week because neither one had a match on Tuesday, saying they weren't medically cleared to compete.
What a great way it would end if there was a such thing as a Money in the Bank winner at that time.
Oh yeah, if Money in the Bank, someone had a Money in the Bank briefcase, that would have been the perfect opportunity to cash in. But there was not, and it looks like this feud will continue because Shinsuke said on Tuesday during his interview, he was able to speak English this week, even though he did say once again that he didn't speak English, but he did utter a few words saying he's not done with AJ Styles. So it looks like we're gonna see this feud continue.
Wow.
And after the results of Sunday's main event, it doesn't look like Samoa Joe is going to be in the title picture, because he ended up being the loser of that main event match. We both predicted Joe because he needed the victory,
Yeah.
but once again, Joe came up on the losing end. Unfortunately, after a dominant performance, he was dominating pretty much the entire match. He attacked Reigns right before the start of the bell and put him through a table, and then threw him over the other two tables. And it was a dominant performance, but of course Roman Reigns won the match, and is seemingly looking to get involved back in the Universal title picture. And that was pretty much Backlash in a nutshell. And once again, I forgot this match. Someone commented, but Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I predicted Zayn and Owens would kind of come up with the upper hand, but it's Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, so it didn't happen, of course. And that leads us into Monday Night Raw, the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. It was announced that there would be a men's and women's match, both including Raw and SmackDown competitors, 8 men and 8 women. And obviously there was a tease that there would be a first ever tag team Money in the Bank, which will likely happen, but it has not been officially announced. So I started off with Kurt Angle announcing that, and then Braun Strowman came out saying, he wasn't in any of the qualifying matches. He wants in the Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens then came out and suggested he deserved to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and so it ended up being Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens in a qualifying match to decide the first individual in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's match. And once again, Kevin Owens was thrown around and ragdolled by Braun. Braun was the first entrant into the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. That'll be interesting to see what he could do in there. Next up, we had the women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. It was a triple threat between Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, and Sasha Banks. Yeah, Sasha. Almost forgot there. But Sasha Banks. Good match. Really good match. All three really, put all their efforts out there. The Riot Squad obviously got involved. Bailey came out to help out Sasha with the numbers game, and it ultimately led to Ember Moon hitting the Eclipse and officially becoming the first woman into the Money in the Bank ladder match. So hopefully we'll see an Eclipse from the top of the ladder. That'll be...
We'll be right back after a quick break.
Did you know that 71% of students at Long Beach State received financial
Yeah.
aid?
All of it?
In
Oh, yeah.
2016, Long Beach State
That one took me a while
awarded
with that when I did the Monday one.
Not only that, each year, more than 1,500 students are served by the Civil Student Services, leaving no barriers in their path to an education. At the beach, we know no barriers.
10,
It's a philosophy
16.
that applies to everything we do.
Did you know that the survivors are often blamed or feel ashamed about their assault?
Pledge to honor survivors who have broken their silence and support victims who have yet to find their voice.
Campus sexual assault victims advocate services are located at the Women's and Gender Equity Center in LA 102 and can be contacted at 562-985-2668. Find more information on our website, www.csulb.edu/WGEC.
Would you and a friend like to travel around the world for $22? 22 for 22 West is our fundraising campaign this year. In order to reduce the amount of student fees requested each year, we are asking for $22 for 22 West from our listeners, viewers, and readers, and supporters like you. Each $22 donated between April 21st and May 25th, 2018 will receive one entry into the opportunity drawing for a trip for two anywhere in the world that Turkish Airlines flies for. 10 times that, you will receive 12 entries. And there are 307 destinations. All proceeds will go directly to equipment and operating expenses, which are put into service training for our volunteers serving our talented student hosts, producers, editors, writers, and on-screen talent. We provide more than 36 student jobs running our radio, video, and magazine operations. We provide 24 internships a semester to provide students hands-on experience in a professional media production environment without leaving campus. It's only $22 to provide and possibly also receive an opportunity of a lifetime. Donate securely online at www.22westmedia.com. Do it now.
Did you know that Long Beach State offers 151 different degrees, and annual tuition is nearly $3,000 less than the national average, leaving Long Beach State one of the best valued campuses in the nation. Even after you graduate, the average mid-career salary of Long Beach State graduates exceeds $98,000. At the beach, we know no barriers. It's a philosophy that applies to everything we do.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rob,
I'm Ethan.
and this is Beyond the Ropes. And thank you, everyone who's tuning in through our various different streams of video.
That's right, episode 51 is currently broadcasting on Periscope, YouNow, and of course we are filming, as always, for the YouTube channels and Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. So make sure you give that page a like, and you'll always see updates, videos, predictions, and so on, any news that we have to offer. We were talking about Backlash and Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank qualifying matches, as I was saying, Braun Strowman was the first individual to be involved in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and Ember Moon qualified first for the women's. So the main event included Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, and Sami Zayn in a triple threat match where the winner would go on to Money in the Bank. And a lot of people, as usual, expected Roman Reigns because, it's Roman Reigns. You never want to bet against Roman Reigns. But Jinder Mahal was kind of throughout the night, kind of pitching to get involved in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. However, Kurt Angle didn't think so. So we ended up seeing Jinder Mahal get involved and actually cost Roman Reigns the match, leading to Finn Balor hitting the coup de grace on Sami Zayn and officially qualifying for the Money in the Bank ladder match. So it looks like we'll be getting Jinder versus Roman possibly on an episode of Raw or maybe even at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
I mean, hopefully that'll keep Roman busy for a while.
Probably. I mean, it doesn't look like Brock's coming back until
Yeah.
SummerSlam. So
Roman's had enough title shots for a while.
for a while, until SummerSlam probably, and then hopefully he wins it there so we can actually see a champion on Raw. 'Cause at this point, I think a lot of people just want to see the Universal Championship being defended on a regular basis. So that was kind of Raw in a nutshell. Overall, we saw a number of phone videos of individual superstars claiming that they're ready to qualify for Money in the Bank. And what kind of gave away the tag team Money in the Bank ladder match was the fact that we had Breezango and the Ascension, I believe, also shoot videos saying they were going to win Money in the Bank. They did not edit out because I guess they were supposed to announce the tag team.
Well, I mean, they keep claiming it's this rumor.
Well, I think they were supposed to announce it, but they decided not to, and because they had 6 weeks to kill, so they were going to wait on the tag team.
You never know because I know there's this whole thing where apparently superstars are having a photo shoot with belts that no longer exist in WWE.
Right.
Like that time that Rusev made a post and he had the European Championship.
Yeah, that was a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but if you have tag teams saying that, it's likely that it's going to be a tag team Money in the Bank ladder match. So hopefully, it'll be interesting to see.
I mean, I just like the concept when they used to just say the briefcase is for any belt.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they did split the brand, so you gotta keep it for one side. I could see definitely one going to Raw, one going to SmackDown, the briefcase at least. So we'll see how that goes. We've got 6 weeks. SmackDown. It opened up with a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Jeff Hardy, the U.S. champion, versus The Miz.
Wow.
Great match. The Miz ended up picking up a victory.
That's a sneaky finish.
It was a sneaky finish. You saw that?
Yeah, that roll-up, that schoolboy one.
Yeah. Jeff hit the Swanton Bomb. And then Miz, while Jeff was trying to go for the pin, countered, rolled him up, and got the victory. So, Jeff doesn't need it. He's U.S. champion, so he'll probably defend the title at Money in the Bank. But The Miz is former Money in the Bank holder, and he cashed in successfully to win the WWE Championship and go on to main event WrestleMania. So
Thank you, those who are tuning in.
we'll see how that goes for him. For the women, Peyton Royce took on Charlotte, and I was really rooting for Peyton here. I thought she needed it a lot more than Charlotte.
Someone wants you to introduce yourself again?
Oh yeah, I'm Ethan.
Alright.
So we are Beyond the Ropes, episode 51, the season finale, of course, for us here at 22S Radio for this semester. But yeah, I was rooting for Peyton Royce to win, just because I'm a big fan of the Iconics. They also got a new shirt this week, so good for them. But Charlotte ended up picking up the victory.
Yeah, that was too soon getting a victory.
Yeah, I felt I guess she just lost the rematch, so she's out of the title picture for now. So I guess her putting her in the Money in the Bank ladder match, I guess, would make sense. In other news, she is going to need surgery, though. I don't know if you heard. But yeah, one of her implants, I guess, burst.
Wait, who's again?
Charlotte's.
Oh, wow.
So she's gonna need surgery.
Okay, yeah, we got a commenter saying she lost a boob.
Yeah, whenever I guess it burst or something. However, she's still going to Europe because they are going to be in Europe next week. She's still going to compete, and then once they come back, I think she's having the surgery. So hopefully she'll still be in Money in the Bank. But clearly, if it was really serious, she would have not been on that tour, or won't be on that tour. So we obviously wish her well. But yeah, she was the second woman to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then in the main event, we saw Rusev versus Daniel Bryan, and Rusev picked up a victory, a clean victory, on the popular Daniel Bryan. And so now we have Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Rusev qualified for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Well, it's a good thing it's new faces. It's people that haven't, for the most part, had the belt.
I don't think any of those three guys have been in the Money in the Bank ladder match, so that's a good thing. And you're right, none of those guys have had a championship. And it was announced next week that it would be, I believe, a tag team match, The Bar versus The New Day, and the winning team would get to choose one of their teammates to enter the Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm assuming it's going to be The New Day, and we'll probably see either Kofi or Xavier in that match. Probably Kofi, because he's known to do a lot of aerial stuff. So, and especially if there's a tag team.
Did you hear the rumor
What's the rumor?
of the New Day?
No, what is it?
Possible split. That Big E is going to get a major push,
Really?
and Kofi and Xavier are going to be left as a tag team.
Well, maybe he goes on to the Money in the Bank then.
Yeah, that's
That's it.
the rumor. That's
Well, how
what's
can
going to
they split
happen.
them up? They're still popular.
That he's going to get a major singles push.
Well, they could keep them together still. I mean, I'd be totally
Unless
fine
it's
with.
a heel turn.
They have a lot of heels on SmackDown. And speaking of heels, Andrade Cien Almas is scheduled to debut next week in London, England. So that's a big deal. He's a phenomenal.
And they're tying
wrestler.
the UK to like NXT too, I hear. No, not NXT, right? It's 205?
No, it's NXT.
Yeah.
They are having. So yeah, that was SmackDown, pretty much Money in the Bank. But talking about the UK division, they are going back to the UK, I believe June or July.
So it's both brands then.
They're gonna have superstars from NXT, and believe it's been confirmed that it'll be British Strong Style, or it's been teased at least. British Strong Style, which is the UK champion Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, the former UK champion, and Trent Seven. So as a trio, they're known as British Strong Style in the Indies, and they will take on the Undisputed Era, which is a big
Yeah, because
deal.
I know that Cedric Alexander, he showed up and he talked to the GM. He's like, "Oh, be prepared because you're going against some UK stars."
Oh, really?
Yeah, that the roster gets to face them too.
Well, I could see that happening. They definitely have that cross promotion. But yeah, the UK division is looking good. They're getting another show, and it's likely heading closer to an actual weekly show. So hopefully we'll get that very soon. But yeah, speaking of the UK, they're also going to be having the Download Festival, and for like the third or fourth year in a row, NXT will be involved, kind of doing a live show for those fans there. But yeah, that's kind of been the news. Did you watch NXT this week?
Yeah, that was
Really strong episode. A lot of stories there.
that tag match with the big guys was really something.
War Raiders versus Heavy Machinery. War Raiders, obviously popular from New Japan. They came over January, and this is like their second match, I believe, and against Heavy Machinery. And yeah, it was definitely kind of those guys could definitely move.
And they really isolated the big dude.
Tucker Knight was the one they pinned. Good match though. Really
War
good match.
Raiders cheat. Oh, okay, we got a commenter saying War Raiders cheat in their matches.
Well, they didn't in this one. I'm sure in New Japan they probably did.
I mean, they constantly tag back and forth, a lot of double teaming.
Yeah, they're a really popular tag team in New Japan. Former IWGP Tag Team Champions, which is a pretty big deal over there. And yeah, the tag team division is looking strong right now. We have War Raiders, Heavy Machinery. We have Street Profits, who look to go after those tag team titles. We have the Undisputed Era. We have TM61. So
I like the opening of the show, even the Ricochet meets
Right.
Velveteen.
Oh. phenomenal. So we got to see, you're right, the opening of the show, Ricochet came out, cut a promo saying he wants the NXT Championship. Velveteen comes out. Velveteen Dream is amazing. The fans love him. They're always cheering for him. And he's a phenomenal athlete. But that back and forth promo was great.
Oh yeah, flipper flop. Oh man.
And Velveteen saying, anything you can do, I can do better. Pretty much. So it looks like we'll be getting a feud between them.
That was hilarious, that line. You can flip or flop everywhere, but you just make sure you get in the back of the line for title shots.
Right,
Oh,
behind
man.
me. So Velveteen wants that title shot as well. And it looks like we'll be getting a feud, and I'm really excited to see what goes on there. I believe the next takeover is the night before Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Yeah. They'll do it the same weekend as a pay-per-view, so the next
And
one's
they
Money-
still haven't created their own type of thing where someone gets, a title shot anytime, like their own Money in the Bank yet.
No.
That would have been.
Yeah, I don't. Well, they're it's a different brand, so it's kind of they don't want to do everything the same as the main roster. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen it, but they brought back what was it? The War Games match.
Oh yeah.
I know
haven't
you
had
heard
a
about. Yeah,
chance
they
to see it
haven't.
yet.
Great match.
But I heard that they changed the concept from the original.
Right, they changed it a bit, but it worked just fine. There also wasn't a top to it. It was open. As you know, in the past, it was always covered, kind of like a Hell in a Cell, but it's more like a cage, just with 2 rings. But it was a good match, and they have their own concepts, own type of matches. And we kind of already saw a Money in the Bank style match this past takeover for that North American Championship. There was like 6 guys involved, so that's kind of the closest thing we're gonna get to Money in the Bank right now. But yeah, NXT's really looking good. The women's division. I saw that match last week between Bianca Belair and Candice LeRae.
Yeah, she
Bianca-
just lifts her like a ragdoll, like nothing.
She is so powerful, and she's gonna be huge. I think and that hair, obviously, that she uses as a weapon, will only help her character. But this week, we saw Dakota Kai take on Vanessa Bourne.
Oh man, the way she acted all terrified at the end.
It's great. It's great storytelling. That's how it's kind of been for the past few months since Shayna Baszler, who is currently the NXT Women's Champion, has been just scaring the entire women's division. And she actually hurt Dakota Kai's arm, which is why Kai is, nervous and scared to be around her. Shayna knows it.
So is Dakota like second generation or something like that? I think.
No, I don't. She's just.
Or I don't know if it's the other girl that she wrestled, because I know when I was watching the match, they were mentioning about following the footsteps of the Bushwhackers.
Right. No, they're all from New Zealand. So they were saying she's the first female wrestler from New Zealand.
Oh, so the
But-
Bushwhackers are from there.
Bushwhackers are from New Zealand. So yeah, there's no relation to them as far as I know. But she's the first female wrestler signed to WWE from New Zealand. So they were just comparing who else was from there. But yeah, after that backstage, we got to see little Nikki Cross kind of creeping in the background, and it looks like she's
So an audience member wants to know thoughts on Carmella.
she's a great heel.
Yep.
She can get better at wrestling, but she's gotten better. That match with Charlotte was pretty good.
Yeah, this is the biggest point in her career so far.
Definitely the best match of her
Hopefully
career.
she crosses paths with Big Cass.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think she's doing a great job. I don't know how long she'll keep the title, but I would not be surprised if someone cashed in on her like the night of Money in the Bank, especially for it'd be the third woman's Money in the Bank, but it'd only be the second woman to cash in. So, I think Carmella's doing a good job. So if you have any other questions, let us know, because we appreciate it. We've got 15 minutes left on our little season finale here. Do we have to take another commercial break soon?
Yes, we'll be taking another one soon. But also, 205 Live.
I did not see it this week, did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, talk about it. I'll
The tag match, again, Gentleman Jack and
Brian Kendrick.
yeah, they had another match. This
Who-
time against Lucha Party.
Oh, Lucha House Party,
Yeah.
which was it Metalik and Dorado
Oh yeah, well,
or Kalisto?
no, not Callisto.
Okay.
Callisto was managing them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We'll get into that after this quick break.
Did you know that Long Beach State ranks 5th nationally in upward social mobility? Our student-to-faculty ratio at Long Beach State is just 26 to 1. And Long Beach State's beach pantry has reached 6,408 students. At the beach, we know no barriers. It's a philosophy that applies to everything we do.
And we are back here on Beyond the Ropes.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Rob.
This is episode 51, the season finale. So you guys aren't gonna hear us for a little while.
Finals are coming up.
Yeah. But let's talk about. You mentioned 205. Let's briefly talk about
Yeah.
it, and then let's do something interesting. Let's talk about our predictions for what may happen this summer.
Okay.
Since we're not gonna be, talking, we'll still be on Facebook giving our predictions for pay-per-views and stuff. But
Oh yeah.
we can give our predictions here of what we want to see, maybe feuds, storylines, championships, and so on. But let's talk about 205 Live, that tag team match.
That was really something to see them, team up, and I like, Brian Kendrick, what he's doing so far.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that they were gonna use him just for like building up talent though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he was briefly the Cruiserweight champion.
yeah, but he never really got to go like far in his career, like with a major like singles push.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, at least he's doing something right now. I mean, he's in a tag team, and there were rumors a couple.
All the proteges of Shawn Michaels, like,
Daniel Bryan,
yeah.
Kendrick. There was someone else.
Wasn't Lance Cade one of them too?
Lance Cade,
Yeah.
and he unfortunately died.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Kendrick, I mean, there were rumors a while ago that there was going to be Cruiserweight tag team titles. So if Kendrick and Gallagher are remaining a tag team, I mean, they could be probably the first team to win those tag team titles.
Gallagher, I think it's very interesting that they're allowing him to headbutt with the whole concussion stuff.
He
They
hits him in
talk
the
about-
chin. He hits him in the chin or shoulder blade, I've noticed. He
You
won't hit him
all the
direct.
talks of like the skull.
Right.
Even him being the one that performs it though, like,
He doesn't hit him directly in the head, I've noticed. So he's definitely careful about that. And it's a cool looking move, the way he does it. So
I like the whole cruiser, chain wrestling that they were doing back and forth.
oh yeah.
That was very hilarious. General Jack trying to go ahead and get out of this one move,
Hmm.
and he's all trying to do a handstand to try to get out, but he keeps getting smacked. So
Oh
he keeps falling
yeah,
down.
I know what movie you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name. He teamed up with Tozawa.
Hideo Tommy.
Yes, he had a good promo.
Mhm.
He was just talking about how he's a great talent, and that he had no business to have to team up with Tozawa.
Oh,
And
right.
It's like doing him a favor, basically, and he doesn't need a partner at all.
Right. Okay, so-
that was. But Murphy, what a dominant! Oh man, he brutalized Mufasa.
Mustafa. Wrong name. Mustafa Ali, yeah.
Oh wow!
Was it a
but
good match?
Very energetic. Best match I've seen in 205.
Really, there's been
Um,
some good ones. the
Yeah,
last few
this one's the
months.
best one I've seen so far. But I think another question I have is why is it that like Drew Gulak and Tony Nese haven't been like already on the main roster? Like,
A lot of these guys are so good,
yeah,
but I understand keeping them on the 205 Live just to build that brand. But I also agree with you that, yeah, they should be. But at the same time, it's also, they are smaller guys.
I know,
And
but like Gulak is like
they
P.D.
can-
Williams. He's like,
Oh, he's
Wow.
great. and he's really good heel too. And I agree. All these guys,
Yeah, he
honestly,
squashed like a jobber like easily.
all these guys could be in the main roster. It's just there's so many superstars right now.
We got a comment. Did you ever see WWE bring back? Oh, like, no. Well, I think they're trying to get away from those matches of the divas. You know, with the whole like pillows fights and stuff like
We're
that.
never gonna see that again.
Yeah, they want to be taking the serious performers now.
We haven't seen that in years, and we will never see those again in WWE at least.
Yeah, now they're
We're past the point of that. It's
Mhm.
definitely we take women's wrestling seriously now.
yeah. I don't
As it
think we'll
should.
ever see matches like that
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, not in WWE at least. Maybe elsewhere, but not there. But yeah, sounds like a good episode of 205. I'll
You know what's
catch.
very interesting, and this is a former diva, but a former women's wrestler, Shelly Martinez. Is
Oh,
she
right.
getting into cage fighting again, or?
I'm not sure. I haven't followed her.
I saw on
Career in a while.
Instagram there was a clip of her like in a cage fight.
Possibly.
That was.
She was never a really good wrestler, so it could
yeah,
be.
She went to MMA for a bit.
I could see that. You know.
Wow.
Speaking of MMA, and speaking of the women, we got to see a few new signees to the WWE roster. And I'm going to butcher their names, so I don't even want to say their names. I'm going to look them up right now.
All right.
But the remaining two members, of the MMA Horsewomen
Oh,
have
they
been signed. I believe it's Jessamy Duke. Is that her name? Oh my! And Marina, or I see I'm butchering their names,
The
but
only
they have
thing
been
is
signed.
the lack of belts. It's like to really recreate the whole Four Horsemen, but in female version. Like
Mhm.
there should so be more.
There needs to be a tag team,
Yeah,
women's tag team titles.
but that would automatically mean though that one woman would have to be on another show in order for all four to have the belt. Wait, we have another comment. Do you have an underrated men's and women's rivalry for 2018 so far?
Ooh, that's a good question. Underrated rivalry for
The men and
2018
women. Yeah.
for the men and women. Wow, that's a good question. Well, we're only 4 months in.
I mean, I really like this whole Mustafa Ali, Murphy, and Cedric Alexander thing going on. Because
Mhm.
Cedric was watching
That's
when the
definitely
Titans
underrated.
run. The athleticism that was in this match.
Mhm.
There was one particular moment where, Mustafa was already like pretty much like he was dominated throughout most of the match.
Mhm.
But there was a point where he was putting him at the top rope, and I guess he was gonna try to like Frankensteiner him all the way to like a table or something, but he wasn't successful. He got punched, and
Mhm.
he went down, but he landed on his feet, and he super kicks Murphy in midair as Murphy's trying to
Oh, that's
jump
nice.
towards him. That
Nice.
was amazing.
Yeah, I would say it definitely comes from the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Probably Mustafa Ali and Cedric going to WrestleMania. That's probably an underrated one. As far as a woman, it's hard to say. I like Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon in NXT, but I don't know if you would consider that underrated. It was a good one. Anything in NXT is really good, though, so it's hard to say if it's underrated. But yeah, it's Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir who have signed. The
Wow.
remaining members of the MMA Four Horsewomen. Obviously, Shayna Baszler is the NXT Women's Champion, and Ronda Rousey is on Raw right now. So.
Yeah, so like that wouldn't be possible to have like more belts to have like all four of them in one brand if there's no other women's championship belts. I mean,
Right.
even if you add the tags, women's
if you had the
championship
tag,
belt, it's not like they would just be.
they
like
could be on both
Freebird
brands,
style.
but well, maybe it could be. That'd be it. Well, here's the thing. It's cross-branded pay-per-views now, co-branded. So, I mean, at least on pay-per-views, they could all be together.
Yeah, because I mean, there could only be like one like true star in per brand usually.
Right. And then, well, we also have to consider now.
Should give them women in the main roster an IC title or US title.
Kind of a mid-card title,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or what, like a women's television championship? or
Yeah, something like that. I could see that. I see it more likely as a tag team, just because. I mean, you have the Iconics, you have.
I mean,
Alexa
technically,
and-
in the UFC, didn't they have their own weight divisions too? Didn't they do something like that so that the women have more than one belt to compete for?
Yeah, but there would not be a main weight
I mean,
division.
yeah, well, I mean, I was just saying, what if they did have their own cruiser one where they weigh a little bit less? Or...
I don't know. No, I don't see that for the women. I see most likely the tag team. That makes most sense to me.
Mhm.
And
I mean,
those,
just so there's more, I guess, somehow there's more way for them to compete for.
right, for
'cause-
titles, because there's a lot of women now.
Yeah, and they have great, abilities just like the guys, and
Mhm. Of course.
they could perform at main event caliber, but there's just not enough championship belts.
Yeah, we've seen it. So, yeah, I agree. I think this summer, and this is a perfect segue as we mentioned, give some predictions for the summer, as
Yeah.
feud storylines and
So,
so on.
Which
Um,
pay-per-views in particular are coming up throughout the time that will be
It's Money in the Bank, and then I know we have SummerSlam in August.
summers?
Money in the Bank is in June. I'm missing a July pay-per-view, and I have no clue what it is. It may be.
I
Battleground.
heard that they're actually filing to get the trademark to have the Great American Bash again. Do you
Yes.
see Nia Jax or Carmella holding their titles until SummerSlam? Great question.
Maybe.
Hopefully, yes.
I can see it unless one of them gets cashed in on from the Money in the Bank.
Oh,
But which I could see happening the night of Money in the Bank,
mhm.
and I could see it happening on Carmella because she just cashed it in, so it'd kind of be like karma for her. But we'll see.
Hopefully, Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles cross paths.
That would be a good feud. I'm predicting right now. AJ loses the title. I don't know if it's gonna happen at Money in the Bank or at SummerSlam, but I'm predicting AJ loses the title
To
and it'll
Shinsuke?
be to Shinsuke. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want Shinsuke to win the title this summer. I think he's more than earned it.
Do you think he'll get maybe a minion or something or his own,
I don't think so, but I would not be surprised. I think I would like that, but I also think he's fine by himself. I think Sanity are gonna come in a feud with the club. Sanity versus AJ and Gallows and Anderson.
That would be great to have Eric Young, have some promo time
Mhm.
with him.
Oh, those two teams would be great. I think Almas would maybe win that U.S. title. I think they'll give it to him this summer already. They're building him up to be a really big star, and he's really good. So I could see
That
that.
would give Jeff a great
I agree.
story.
Yeah, Jeff is great, and maybe he moves up once he loses it to the WWE title picture. Maybe that'll happen in late summer or fall, maybe. But I'm predicting that. What else can we predict? Maybe another Ronda match
Oh, okay.
against Alexa, maybe.
Wow, I mean, Alexa, can she...
I don't know.
She'll need
Or a
some
tag
muscle.
team. They teased a tag team with Ronda and Natalia versus Alexa and Mickey. So maybe a tag team match for SummerSlam or something. Jeez, we have Money in the Bank. Who do you predict will win Money in the Bank?
Man, if only we knew
No, we don't know
the next
everyone.
people that are going to get in. Because so far, who is it in there?
Balor, Strowman, Rusev, and then Ember and Charlotte in the women's. And then we have the tag team, which we have not been confirmed yet, but it's likely happening. I'm predicting Balor. I'm just calling it now.
I feel like it should be a lesser name. Because Balor has had a heavyweight belt.
Balor has, but he has not been in that picture for so long.
He could easily qualify for a title shot, but I think that in the end of it, Money in the Bank briefcase is meant to build someone. So they
Yeah.
have months with that briefcase and they're saying, soon I'll be champion, soon, my time will come. And
But we've seen it with Baron Corbin last year.
yeah,
He wasn't successful,
I know,
so
but it kept eyes on him that way.
it did, but it didn't do much for him. So
I say Rusev.
maybe he could, especially if he goes back with Lana, which was teased last week.
Yeah, because there was a lot of talk that, Rusev was probably unhappy, but the T-shirts were giving him the chance to keep being there. That the idea was maybe Rusev won't re-sign.
I don't know. We'll
But
see.
if you give him something to look forward to,
Right. If you give
Yeah.
him the title, of course he's gonna say.
yeah,
Of course. What about the women's? I'm saying Ember. I'm just predicting, going off with who's in right now.
I know. If only we knew.
I don't know who else. Alexa, I think, will be in.
She's had a lot of opportunities though.
Yeah, but she's not winning. Yeah, she's not winning.
It has to be someone who's never had a belt yet. For all the
Asuka.
briefcases.
I'm changing my prediction to Asuka.
Oh.
She has not won it. I mean, she doesn't need it, but who else? Who else could it be at this point?
That's a
So.
tough one.
Yeah. Any other feuds or predictions? Do you think Seth's holding the title all through summer?
No.
Who do you see him losing it to? Do
Uh,
you think Finn might win that?
no.
Or
I feel like it should be people that got called up already over there.
do you think Jason Jordan's gonna
they
come
got
back and
traded.
feud with him?
Uh,
I would not be surprised if
well,
that's
what about
happens.
Bobby? Bobby, didn't he get over to?
Bobby's feuding with Elias right now.
Yeah, but Bobby needs some gold.
He needs a change of character. That's what he needs. He needs a heel turn or something because the face is not working for him. It's just not. I don't know.
Just needs. And you
It
know,
needs a
I heard
revamp or
an
something.
interesting thing also, that Vince doesn't like the idea of managers on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, that's why Paul Ellering is not with the Authors of Pain.
Oh.
I'm very happy that Selena Vega is going with Almas, so probably because he doesn't speak fluent English. So
And we
That's
froze.
good.
here.
and we're froze and are we out of time already?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go. And this is the season finale of Beyond the Ropes, so I want to say thank you to 22 West Radio for giving us this opportunity. And of course, thank you to all the listeners and fans, viewers and such for tuning in and cooperating and asking us questions and everything. We appreciate it. And we'll be back. Do you know when we'll be back?
We'll find out after finals. We'll keep you updated on the fan page.
Yeah, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. Once again, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. Give us a like and we'll keep you updated on the page. And you could always look at 22westmedia.com and, look for us there. But until then, I'm Ethan.
I'm Rob.
And this has been another season of Beyond the Ropes. Thanks for tuning in. This episode is about to be deleted.